everyone, and welcome back to Project Cars 2. This is SMS-R Championship 2019, and this is round 4, and we're at Watkins Glen. This is my quali lap first of all. Now, one thing for the eagle-eyed viewers that you might notice is that I'm actually not using the TGT here. I am using the T300. So, I've done a little bit of testing. In fact, I was testing my Fanatec wheel after the Fuji race and to sell it, and suddenly the car felt completely different when I tried the Fanatec. So I thought, okay, well I'm selling that wheel, I can't use that. And then I thought, hang on, my T300 is my backup wheel, I used to use the T300. Tried it, and the car and the way it drove felt so much better. Now I only had a couple of hours to try it, because I literally plugged it in on the day of the race, and I'd worked in the morning. So I'd had like 2 hours practice with the T300, and I instantly got on the pace. Instantly got on the pace, which was frustrating. The problem was I had to learn how to redrive the car, relearn the physics, because compared to the TGT, the car was extremely oversteery. You've seen that in the past. The car was now really understeery, but it meant it was a lot more stable in the corners, and I could actually go for it. So you can see at the moment in the bottom left hand side, I've had a 141.7, which is fairly slow when you see Isaac's 0.8. But we've got a lot of corners here, and with the TGT I can imagine I would be much further off. Now, in some practice laps, as I say, I only had a couple of hours to try the T300, I actually got down to the 141.2s, I think it was. It might have been 0.3, but I was happy because I now realised, actually, I've actually got some pace here. So as I come out of this last corner, where am I going to end up in terms of lap time? We head towards the line, and we get another 0.7, unfortunately. However, that's good consistency, which is one thing. But then when I check the lap times of everybody else, look, everybody's where I literally got in a couple of my practice laps. So now I realise that if I'd put a bit more practice in and used the T300, there's potential I would have been racing everybody up there. You know, James, Storm, Isaac. I'd have been racing all the guys I've been racing in the past. Unfortunately, a couple of hours practice with a wheel wasn't the greatest, obviously, when you're racing the peak competition in Project Cars 2. But I found the problem. Alas, I found the problem. So let's jump to the race now, and let's see what happened in the race. Now I found the problem, maybe I can have a good one in the race. We started P14, very unique grid here at Watkins Glen, because you literally start like side by side basically. So 13th, 14th, that's essentially where I am. We set off here, and we're going to get a pretty good start here over Oscar Bentz to our right hand side. So we head down towards the first corner. We've got to give a bit of inside room here. There's a bump on the entrance of the corner, which is very sketchy, so we give Bentz some room, and Tejpek takes good opportunistic driving here, good opportunity to go down the inside at the same time and take an additional position there. So well played, Tejpek. Let's come up here. I get a lot of understeer, cold tyres and everything there, lose the rear end, nearly going to the barrier, so ADA is going to come through here as well. Now this is my inexperience with the wheel. As I said, I was experiencing mass oversteer with the TGT, suddenly I'm experiencing understeer with the T300. So I'm having to adapt very quickly, and unfortunately it's cost me a lot of positions here. You can see a lot of mistakes, and that's just inexperience with the wheel. I've gone into a top level race on a brand new wheel. Well, it's not brand new, but you get my meaning. I've not used it in so long, so a bit of an issue there. You can see I'm playing with the clutch here because the car isn't feeling quite right. Could be a little bit to do with the race, you know, the fact that we're in the race. We've got dirty air. The track's going to be very different to solo practice in the race, of course, because of the live track, which is the really good part of Project Cars 2. So all of this having an impact, and as I say, this is the only race I've done with the T300. So you know, all these guys have been using their wheel for the previous 3 races. I haven't. Racing driver excuses, guys. Got to get them in now. But we can see the field all up ahead. So I'm hoping that the car settles down here. We can get into a rhythm, get into the race, and potentially make up some positions. It'd be nice to finish on a high. Now I am also driving solo, which is why you hear no Discord in the background. Unfortunately, our reserve driver didn't get home in time for the race, which was growling, and Matty was away at that time, so we were always going to use our reserve driver. Unfortunately, if the driver doesn't make the driver briefing, they can't get in the race, so that didn't happen, and I was driving solo. Very unfortunate. In fact, there was another guy in another team, I can't remember who it was, who also didn't make the race as well. But going through here, we're still looking fairly okay. Currently P16. We can see a lot of the field up ahead, so I know it's not the end of the world at this moment in time, but I am struggling with the car a little bit. It seems a very understeery compared to what I'm used to. So of course I'm overturning the car, and if you overturn the wheel, it'll start snap oversteering because you're overturning the car. You put the power down, it starts to oversteer, and obviously trying to get used to this very quickly is very difficult. See, AD8 runs wide. Oh, cuts the corner a lot here. Can we go down the inside? We can't, but gonna have dirt on his tyres here. Look at that, gets a bit more oversteer. Now we can only go around the outside here. Defends the inside line, just AD8. I'm in a Jap speed sandwich. But unfortunately don't get the move done. Swomy could go on our inside. You see that arrow getting redder, but unfortunately we keep that position, get a better run out of that corner as we head towards this right-hander. Now Watkins Glen, the track I've only experienced in Project Cars 1 and 2. I did like it in Project Cars 1. I like it in Project Cars 2 to be fair, but it's a bit weird with the slowdowns as you'll see later on in the race. Even so, we continue up to this right-hander now. And again, as I said previously, we can see the pack ahead. So it's not the end of the world here. We've got opportunities all over the place. We saw at Fuji that there was a lot of penalties. By the way, if you didn't know, at Fuji, we nearly got a point there. Fortunately, we came P11, not P10, after all the penalties applied. We only just missed out, which is a bit unfortunate. But, hey, we're having problems at Fuji. You saw that. And it's just frustrating I didn't have the T300. Now, I did try and live stream this race as well. But when I started the stream, and for those that tuned in, thank you. Yuhan came to the channel when we started, and apparently the teammates were reporting I was lagging. So I said on the stream as well, if I got reports of that I was lagging, I would end the stream and just show you the highlights, which we're doing now, of course. So continue on up the hill. This is lap number 3. This is the highlights, as I say, but we are going to start jumping through the race shortly. You can see Swomy all over the back of me here. AD8 has just gone ahead here. Lost a little bit of time. That first corner, very sketchy. It's one of those corners you've really got to learn it. And again, racing driver excuse. If I don't know the wheel and I don't know the car that well, you know, not much is going to go well for me. Just run a little bit deep there. For some reason I had an issue with gears and changing down, so we finally get down to 3rd gear. That cost us understeer. Swomy did the exact same thing there, so Ulti gets that position from Swomy behind me. But we're staying just with AD8, but you can see the car really oversteers. We catch it though, fortunately. I don't think we would have caught that with a TGT. It was very hard to catch any form of spin. But even so, we continue on. And I'm not sure what the issue is with that wheel and the game on PC. Apparently on PS4 it's fine, but PC it's not. So it's something either to do with the controller or the calibration of the wheel in terms of the game, or the Thrustmaster profile. Oh, we just get a big hit there behind from Ulti. Try and catch it again. We would not have caught that on the TGT. Ulti lets me go. Unfortunately, we lose a place to Swomy. I hit Ulti last time, didn't I, at Fuji? It was only a slight tap, but even so, same thing happened here. Good sportsmanlike conduct. We just get on and carry on racing irrespective. Coming through this second to last corner, then the last corner, the right-hander here. Got to try and catch up Swomy. And hopefully, because we're still not settled down here at the moment, we're still trying to learn the car, you know, we're suffering with a lot more understeer. And you'll see later on that once we get rid of this understeer, it's fine. So we advanced a little bit further on here, so we've got 90 minutes to go in the race. For those that don't know, by the way, I've not explained it, but it is round 4. There's other videos on the channel. It's a multi-class race. We have GT3 and touring cars, both Mercedes. We're going through here. We nearly nail that perfectly. Unfortunately, we go slightly on that curb, just all 4 wheels onto the curb. We get a slowdown. Yeah, on the other curbs you can go 4 wheels on, so I would like a bit more consistency in terms of the penalties, and that would help massively. And all games seem to suffer from this. For some reason, some corners you can slow down, others, some corners you can cut, others you can't. So I go for a slowdown here. I don't know how much I have to slow down, and I have to slow down a hell of a lot there. I lose so much time doing that. I mean, you can see the gap is up to 4 seconds, and I was catching back up to these guys after that hit earlier on. As you saw before, I was only 2 seconds behind AD8. Now we advance a bit further on, and look at that, we're only 3 seconds behind AD8 now. So we are catching up slowly, we are getting into this rhythm. We've done a 42.9 there in the left-hand side, you can see that, how fastest lap. And that's on par with the guys further up the field, at this point of the race especially. So coming into here, again, trying to come through here. We do the exact same mistake as we did previously. We get the slowdown, but this time I just think, sod it, I'm just going to carry on racing. I don't care now. Let's see if we can at least have some action. Imagine this on the live stream. It would have been pretty boring otherwise, because we've already advanced 20 minutes into the race. So going through here, you're going to see how much that slowdown was. And you can see we're actually catching up to the field as well. We've got 5, 6 cars in visibility, some touring cars in there as well. It was only 1 second. So look how much I slowed down last time, and you only get 1 second. So in the grand scheme of it, I should have actually just carried on racing. I'd have lost less time. Bit frustrating, but even so, we continue on. So we are going to catch up to the touring cars now. This is a multi-class race, as I've just said before. So there are cars to overtake or lap. Of course, we are the overtaking car, so we have to make our way round these cars as best as we can. So we've got THR operator up ahead. Bit of a gap between these touring cars, and then on the map on the left-hand side, you can see a big blue line surrounded by a white line, so 2 snakes into 1 there. So we know we're going to be in some action later on. Come through this last corner. Absolutely no problem. Get a bit of slipstream here. THR operator as we then jump to the inside. Hopefully get back on the racing line for this first corner. Come into the braking zone. We turn in and the whole of the rear just goes on us. We try and catch it. Can't do anything. Unfortunately, operator hits us as well. That is our fault. We can't do much about it though. We lost the car. So we get the car eventually going again. So does operator. So apologies to operator for that one. You saw it. I couldn't do anything about it. I tried to catch it. Was on the brakes, then went on the throttle, tried to catch it, could not do anything. It was a real slow-mo sort of slide or an incident, but yeah, couldn't do anything about it, yeah, caused a bit of an incident there. Again, apologies to operators. So we advanced a bit further on, come into here. That's how you do the first turn. Notice how it literally tucked in, the whole of the car went straight into the road surface, so we could accelerate out very quickly. Very different to what happened in the previous lap. So we're coming up to VP Ace and who else? Palooka. So let's see what happens here. So Ace just stays to the left. It gives us a bit of a flash there, I think. So fair play to Ace. And we're going to get past Palooka as well just before the chicane. Happy days. We don't hold anybody up here. Come through here. Get a bit of a slide on to get that 4-wheel drift going. Into the right hand. There we go. And through here. So you can see a train of touring cars coming up next. Now I realise I'm really far back from 88 here. 8 seconds at this point due to the incident. So I don't want to ruin this race between Popsu, Mr. Van Omen, Christian Kwinetsky, and I'm not sure who was ahead of this pack. We'll find out soon enough. I think it's Dorney Dayan. Yes, it is. So at this point, I think, okay, I've got a good run out of this corner. We'll try and get past as many as we can and not cause any issues. So I don't want to go for the dive bomb here. That would have been well too deep. So I'll just get into line, basically, or try to, with the touring cars. We give Dorney Dayan some room on the outside. And then we continue on here as well. So through there we go. Sorry, not Dorney Dayan. It was Kwinetsky that we gave some room. Now we get past Dorney Dayan, and then through we go. So we didn't hold the touring cars up too much there. Alexander got a bit of an extra time there. You can see that gap just opened up slightly, but they'll soon catch that up with slipstream and all. So we didn't really affect that race too much. So I'm fairly proud of that. You know, getting through that traffic, absolutely no problem. Much further ahead though. We're coming up to Dalking, Villalobos, and Kaki. So these are the top 3 at the moment in this touring car class. What can we do to get past these guys? Obviously, who's that? Dalking's a bit further back than Villalobos and Kaki. Believe it or not, Villalobos has to win this in order to qualify. So he's on for it at the moment. Through we go. So if you're wondering who qualifies, by the way, just on that topic, top 4 pro teams. The GTA aren't going anyway, but we have achieved our goal. Not the last team, and we also got a point. So, you know, shout out to Matty for doing that for us. And then it's the top 6 challengers or 8. I can't remember which. Obviously, I'm not in the challenger class, so I'm not fully aware. As you can see, we catch up to Dalking in a really awkward spot here. So we're not going to go for the move here because it's just a bit awkward, and I'm not in a place. You know, I'm not fighting for a position here at all. So we're just going to let Dalking take his line. And we'll go around. Obviously, Dalking has a lot more to lose than I do. He's in 3rd place. I'm at the back of the grid, basically, because Ulti retired. Going to this chicane once more. Through we go. You can see that battle up ahead for that lead of the touring car class. Kaki leading the way at the moment from Villalobos. So, you know, they've all got it all to play for here while we're just chilling, basically. But you'll notice the car started behaving itself a lot. Like, a lot. So I mentioned earlier we've got a 42.9. We actually started getting on pace and getting on point and getting steady, and you know the car started behaving itself. So you know it's all about that learning. So we had a lot of dirty air in front of us, so that cost us a lot because we hadn't experienced the wheel, which now generates understeer, not oversteer. So we go past the 2 touring cars, and therefore we had, and then we had additional understeer from the dirty air. So with that in mind, we had much more understeer than normal, and suddenly we're having to learn how to control that. So, you know, big things to learn during the race, and we got faster and faster and faster during this race. We put in as much practice as we could with the T300. It's now off the rig again. It's not going back on the rig. we did what we could. So we advanced a bit further ahead with that sneaky little merge there. We're going to go on to the final lap. And again, we're going to just go for a fast lap here now, really. Just try and get a decent lap in. 43.0. We should not be doing our fastest laps at the end of the race. It should all be near the beginning, as any of the lead Project Cars 2 players would tell you. So that shows you the pace that potentially we could have had, that we definitely didn't show during the race. We're back up to 8 seconds now to aid the ace. You know, that's been going up and down with all the penalties and whatnot. We're going to come through here one last time. We'll have a look at our second time and then through the chicane. So we're coming up. We've got lots of brake marks on the left hand side. Look at that, 600 meters going down into here. So we're 4 tenths down at this point on the delta. Through there we go. Nailed that lovely jubbly through there. Up a gear. Use all the exit if you want to. And then there's a tree on the left hand side that's slightly lighter than the rest. That's my brake marker. I eventually found that. This corner was troubling me the most in the quick amount of practice I had. I was like, where's a brake marker? I need to find one, and eventually got that tree there. Nothing, Villalobos has got the lead at the moment, but he's got a 1 second penalty, which is really unfortunate in that touring car class. You can see that in the left-hand side and the bottom right as well. As we come up the hill, we're now a 10th up. We were 4 tenths down, now we're 10th up. So that's 5 tenths on our 42.9. That puts us on a 42.4 if we'd have nailed it properly. So, you know, that shows you the pace we actually had in this race once we understood the car. So coming into this left-hander, one last time, a bit of a mistake there. Bit of a mistake. Not sure this is going to be quicker or not. We'll find out at the end of the lap. So we come into here, drop it to 3rd, then back up to 4th if we can. Oh, we don't want to risk it. You normally should go back to 4th, so we're going to be a bit slower through there. One last time, last corner, chuck it in. Try and get a bit of that camber as we now leave that corner, head towards the line. What kind of lap time do we get? I believe that was a 43.0. Don't quote me on that, but I believe so. But you can see there, so we'd been down at the 42.4s, which is again top 10 sort of pace. And we got 42.8 on the last lap. 42.8, so we did improve. So yeah, you know, we would have been up there. We would have definitely been up there in terms of pace. So I'm happy to know that I know the problem. And if you guys are suffering with the TGT on the PC, potentially try the T300 or another wheel. I want to help try and solve this problem. So if SMS-R or, you know, anybody wants to contact me and be like, okay, here's the problem with the TGT, can we help solve it? It's not a supported wheel, so you know that could be a part of the problem. But even so, it'd be good if it got sorted, because lots of people have this wheel. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this championship. It's been interesting all the same. Congratulations to the teams that have qualified for that final. I'm actually going to that final, so I'll bring you some video footage of that. But that's going to be it for me for now. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for the support, and I will see you in the next video.